Hi family, and welcome to Testimony Thursday. It's an amazing time we're going to have tonight. We've got such an awesome testimony about how it can heal hearts that are broken and restore circumstances and restore relationships. And I'm looking forward to hear this again. God is truly good, and He does love us with all His heart. And I hope you enjoy this with me. Tonight we'll hear the story of George and his family and how God started to work in their lives. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is George, and this is my story, or this is my testimony. We've recently got a challenge from our church to do a testimony and give a little word of what's happened in our lives and how God has changed things for us. So here's my story. Me and my wife, we're going to do a combination, but we decided not to. She'll be doing a part on her own, and I'll be doing a part on my own. But they both surround the same times, and so. But yeah, so where to start? Last year was 2019 now was a very hard year for us. We unfortunately laid our son to rest in October 2019. He was born with half a heart, so chances for him making it through was not very big. At that stage in our lives, my physical experience, at that stage in our lives, I was working far away from home. I was up at 4:30 in the mornings, leaving to work, coming home late. So I didn't really have a full-on relationship with my kids, my wife, at all. It's just, never good morning, because they were all still sleeping when I left. And when I got home, it was good night, and the next thing had happened. So when we fell pregnant with Declan, it was a difficult time for my wife as well. I couldn't really be there for her, I couldn't support her, I couldn't emotionally be there for her. Because when women are pregnant, it's an emotional time, but I couldn't really be there for her. And only late in her pregnancy, we found out that our son had a problem with his heart. So we took it as it came. We got the news, I think at about between 29 and 31 weeks, we found out that our son will be born, and he's got a life expectancy of 4 days. That's 2 months or 2.5 months before he was born. We got that news. So our lives took a crash all at once, not knowing who to turn to, what to turn to, how to speak, how to ask, or anything like that. We took it with faith, to be dead honest. But as I say, my wife will get into the emotional side of the testimony and explain that to you guys and how He changed our lives. But I'm gonna explain the physical side of it. And excuse me. And what happened was, he was born, and we were lucky enough to have him in a heart hospital. And before he could have his first operation, he passed. Very tragic time for us. It took a test at our relationship. Absolutely crazy. After that, we came on home. We went away for a week or two just to be on our own, and just come to terms that it didn't go according to what we wanted. And we kind of drifted apart, if I can say that way. Me and my wife now in our relationship, we took a step away from each other. We didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to handle her emotions. I was very aggressive. I kept everything in, and I'd have outbursts, and I'd just get angry, and I'd shout, and it wasn't good. And it was a very hard time for us. Especially just after that, but it was still very raw in our hearts. Many questions unanswered, not understanding why this little innocent soul was not with us anymore. But we came to, I won't say we've come to terms with it, but we've learned how to handle it. And so me and my wife started drifting apart from each other, me working obviously early in the mornings, late nights, not seeing each other. So that had obviously a lot to do with us not bonding as we should, if I can say it in that way. And man, my wife, it was late December, that same year, last year, and I put oil on the stove, and I burnt down the kitchen. So on top of our whole negativity, our whole sad vibe, if I can say it that way, I burned down the kitchen. So at that stage, I was like, goodness, what else could happen? What else could really go wrong with us at this moment? Everything is just so bad. And we didn't know what to do. We honestly didn't know what to do. We were in such a situation that emotionally wise, financially wise, everything was just chaotic at the moment. And my wife actually suggested, a lot of people suggested to her we should see someone, and my wife said she doesn't want to. She would like to speak to a pastor, and she believes we should get to church. Now, way back when, in about 2012, about 2013, I gave my life to the Lord, and I was on the right road, and since then, or a year or what later, the devil took me off the road, totally off the road, and I went down the wrong things, did the wrong things, and then I met my wife. But anyway, so I was, how can I say, ek was ten gunste. I wanted to, but I wasn't prepared to do it. And my wife woke up one Sunday morning and she said to me, listen, I'm going to church, if you're coming with or not. so she dragged me out of the bed and got dressed. And I don't know, my wife said to me she just had that feeling she had to get to church. And we went into church. We heard about this wonderful Christian family church. And we went to church in the morning, got all dressed up, and in church, it was an absolutely moving sermon. Pastor Fred Jr. led the sermon, and it was just, I can't really explain to you how beautiful it was. And in the church sermon, they asked, is there anybody who feels you haven't given your life to the Lord and you believe it's time? And, through that sermon, my whole heart just opened up. It was just amazing. And I stuck my hand up. Now, everybody in the congregation's eyes were closed, so nobody could see my hand. But I heard the pastor acknowledge, I see a hand. So I thought, okay, well, it's me now. And I'm here. And it wasn't about 30 seconds later, I heard him say, I see hands. So I thought, okay, well, there's somebody else in the church that wants to give their life to the Lord. Excuse me. And, and then we opened our eyes, and didn't know who it was, and they asked the people that stick up their hands to go to the front of the church. And to my surprise, the two people in the church was me and my wife. So we obviously both felt it's time. The Lord's calling us. He's been calling us, and we need to get to Him. We need to find our rest in Him. And we went to the front, and Pastor Fred Sr. prayed for us, and we spoke to him, and so on and so on. And we left that day absolutely feeling, I can't say filled, if I can say it that way, just, filled with the Holy Spirit. And it was tears. It was absolute tears in church. But we left and we went home that day. And I forgot to mention, I was looking for a job since just before we found out about our son's heart problem. I've been looking for a job closer to home. And I just couldn't. I just never got any calls back. I applied for jobs. Nothing was happening. And I think we went to church. We went to church on the Sunday, and I think it was the Wednesday or the Thursday. My phone rang, and just out of the blue, people phoned me and said, "Listen, hey, dude, you want a job in Bethlehem?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" And they were like, "Yeah." I'm like, "But I was confused. I thought it was the job I applied for, but it wasn't." So obviously, being in that situation, we were like, "Whoa, just slow down. Things aren't going good for us. It can't change that quickly." And just shows you how little faith we had. And I got a job in Bethlehem. I was approached, if I can say it that way. I didn't expect the phone call, and I didn't apply for the job at first. And they phoned me and said, "Listen, there's this position open. Would you like to apply?" And it's my job. I'm working currently. I've been working for 2.5 months for the company now. And at first also, it was, I was thinking, oh my goodness, okay, I want to get back to Bethlehem. Now I need another vehicle. And, my wife's going to run around with the kids. And now it's all starting over. And it's financially a little more straining on us, if I can say it that way. And here I sit today. I got the job. We're financially better off at the moment than what I was. I got a vehicle from the company, so all the expectations or all the blockages that came up into my head saying, "Hey, but hold on, is this the right idea?" was clean wiped by the Lord. He made sure it's the full package. He knew what I wanted, and He supplied what I needed. He knew, George, you're going to need this, you're going to need this, you're going to need this, and He said, it's all yours. And it broke us. We were like, what, Then temptation came in again. There was discussions of my previous employer that I should stay and that adjustments could be made and so forth and so forth. And they were scratching my head again. And my wife came up to me one night and said, "You know what? We've just been to church. We just gave our lives to the Lord. If the Lord wouldn't have given you this if He didn't intend for you to have it." And you know what? I said, okay, that's fine. Because that was before I found out, I'd have a bucky to ride around with to work and back, because then I'd have to worry about my wife's car and all these things. And I was worried. We were worried financially wise, financially we'd be better off in my previous employer. And He just applied, and He supplied the vehicle, and everything just burst out of proportion. We were like lost, we weren't sure how to actually even accept it. And even when I got the job in Bethlehem, when I formally got my offer and all that was done, and I found out, I'll have a vehicle to travel to work and back with, it's like the blessings never stopped. It just carried on. We just after that, now I remember we had a fault at the previous house where the kitchen had burned down, and difficult situation. The Lord takes me out of it again, and boom, He gives us a better house, a little bit of a bigger house for much cheaper. So it takes more financial strain off of us. So it was just moment after moment, the Lord's like, "Hey, I'm here," and then you just get that little mind thinking, "But what? What about this?" And He answers your question, and He answers your prayers, and He answers your blessing. It's absolutely. It took over us. I mean, I get so excited I can't really breathe. But we were in a very downer situation in our lives, and in a place where me and my wife couldn't look at each other in the eyes and say, "You know what? It's going well," because it was not going very good with us. And today I look at my wife in the eye and I say, "You know what? This corona thing it's the World Health Organization says this." And you know what my wife says to me tonight? She says to me, "George, I don't think we should worry about those things. I don't. The Lord blessed us. He'll keep us safe. He'll keep us healthy. Have faith," she said to me. She says, "Forget about the world. Focus on the things that matter." And wham, I'm all Democrat again, because now my wife, every time I lose a little bit of faith, or every time I feel, I need a little bit of motivation, my beautiful wife's there. And I always think I should be there for her, but there's so many times that she's there for me. So I believe the Lord has blessed me with a perfect wife, if I can say as much. But yeah, we came through very dark times. I can't really explain to you how bad it was. And just because my wife had that little seed of faith saying, "Get up, get out of bed, we've got to get to church, we've got to give our lives to the Lord." And bam, I am in such a situation where I can actually try and help other people, and I know more blessings are coming my way because we have the faith in the Lord. And yeah, like I said, my wife will give you the emotional side, how he supports her in this time, and from day one from back when it was going really bad, to how she wakes up every morning with a smile on her face. It'll never change, it'll never go away, it'll always hurt, but the faith she has and the comfort the Lord gives her is just absolutely amazing. But I'll leave that to her testimony, so you can get to hear her story. So yeah, we like I said, at times when we didn't have faith, the Lord just said, hey, stand back, bring your burdens to me, I will make them light. And he just absolutely blew us out of the water. It's just been absolutely a crazy ride. So yeah, if I could encourage anybody out there to try and give your life to the Lord, I challenge you, because a lot of people say, yes, it's going well with you. I can't say it's going perfect with me, but come and tell you, I'm blessed in my heart, and the Lord looks after me every day, and he supplies for me. I'm not sure which verse it is, but he says, are you not much more worth than the birds out on the trees? So don't worry about the clothes on your back. So it's just been, it's been a mind change of, you know what? I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to put it in his hands, because he made a promise to us. And it's just actually changed my whole entire life. So yeah, what I was about to say is, if there's anybody out there that does feel, they have this heart sore or they have this issue, and you want somebody to speak to it with about, speak to me about it. Our pastors are there. They are absolutely great people. I think you can speak to them as well. If you want to just get in connection with the church and come and see how it is, it's really a beautiful place. We are a family. That's what we call the Christian Family Church. And the day I gave my life to the Lord is the day my life changed. So if there's anybody out there that feels, this could maybe make a difference, or this testimony could maybe put a little faith into them, stick up your hand. The Christian Family Church is there for you. We'll always be there for you. We've got many, many things, online platforms at the moment running too. So yeah, this is me. My name's George, and that's my story. And God bless all of you. I've got a little message for you. Stress comes from trying to do it all on your own. Peace comes from putting it all in God's hands. Amen. Have a beautiful evening. Cheers, guys.
Well, family, that was just an amazing testimony from George. And I would like to thank him. We give God all the glory for what he's done in your life and what he's still going to do in your life. And we know that God is good and loving. And, family, one thing that I got from that is the importance of a healthy relationship within God with your spouse. I know mine as well. Sometimes you just need that little bit of my wife would call it a side swipe, klappiet in die kop, just to realize that hey, you should have more faith, or you should do things this way, or and in all honesty and all fairness, God gave them to us as our helpers and as our right hands, and we love them and we honor them. And for everyone out there, if you've listened to George and you've heard what he said here at the end about giving your life to God, if this is a desire in your heart, we would love to get in contact with you. Giving your heart to the Lord is not a number on a church board. It's a relationship that starts with God. And we would like to walk this road with you, support you, pray for you, help you wherever we can. So if you say, hey, that's me, you guys are speaking to me, and I need to give my heart to the Lord, I need to get right with Christ, I need to get my life sorted out, then visit our website at cfcbhm.co.za and go and click on the Choice Made tab on there. Fill out your information. It'll send us your details through, and we can get in contact with you. All of our details are on there as well. So if you feel like connecting directly with us, be more than welcome to do so as well as on WhatsApp. But get in touch, get connected to this family. We are a family, as George said, and we love each other. We take care of each other, and we make sure that God gets the glory for what happens in this family. We love you guys. We hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, George. Amazing testimony. We're looking forward to Jessica's part as well. And if you've got a testimony that you would like to share with us, send it through to that same details. You'll get all of it on the information on the website as well. We love you guys. Keep well. Stay safe. Jesus loves you.
Oh, your love is my delight. Oh, your grace is running